in the season, with both ranked in the top 2 in their respective conferences. Luka, though, hasn't played a game in the Garden since last year's NBA Finals when he was with the Mavs. Little transition there for the Celtics to get things started. And then Luka got kneed in the face. Watch this. So Horford with the dunk and then swings and right in the face. That's embarrassing. More from the Celtics. Jason Tatum, good defense, gives it up, gets it back. He's like, let me just pull from here. Come on, dude. 13 points in the first half. We were tied at 33 going to the second. In that second quarter, Austin Reeves misses the layup, lying on his back, gets the rebound, somehow gets it to LeBron, and he gets that to go and 1. Lakers were up 2. Then Jaylen Brown, I'll take that and raise you 2. Celtics regain the lead, 53-52. Right before the end of the quarter, Tatum crossing you over, and the flow will break you down. He had 22 points in the first half, and Boston with a 4-point advantage. But in the third quarter is when the Celtics really went to work. Tatum pokes it away. Derek White out in front. It's 71-56. And then Brown, wide open in the corner for a 3, part of a 15-0 run by the Celtics. They had a 19-point advantage. They weren't done. Luka, though, driving, blocked by Tatum. Now, during the timeout, Luka got some treatment from the training staff on his lower back area. Didn't have a lot of lift. Maybe that's why the shot got blocked from behind. 10 seconds to go in the third, 17-point game. Tatum, isolation. 29-13, Celtics outscored the Lakers in that third quarter. But the fourth quarter, the Lakers like, we are down, but we are far from over. Luka with the flyby, knocks down the 3. Then LeBron, down low, over Brown. Next possession at the other end, that's Brown for 2. And then after the play, LeBron's like, yo, come get me. He would leave the game with a groin strain, did not return. Here he is post-game on the injury.
It was the last play. The last score I had spun on Jaylen Brown. You know, maybe extended it a little bit too much. You know, a couple pivots, and then when I landed, I felt it. So that was the last play I spun.
He went for 22, 14, and 9 before leaving the game for good. More on his status coming up in a minute with Dave McMenamin. Luka knocks down the 3. He had 34. So it was a 4-point game until Jaylen Brown did that. 3 of his 31. And then Jason Tatum. He was the man all over the place. How about that save from Derek White? Drew Holiday finds Tatum. Game high 40, 12 rebounds, 8 assists. Celtics take down the Lakers 111-101. But for LeBron, how soon will we see you on the court again?
Well, the first thing that popped in my mind was Christmas Day, my first year with the Lakers, is the first thing that popped in my mind. You know, and you know, I've been there before, and I know what type of injury you're dealing with. Second thing I thought about was AD. It's crazy, but I thought about AD. And then I'm over there just trying to see how much mobility and see if I can possibly give it a go. And then I came back here and did a couple of stretches and a couple of things that ultimately knew that I was probably going to be done for the rest of the night.
So again, more from Dave McMenamin on LeBron's injury coming up later on SportsCenter. Back to Jason Tatum. I mentioned 40 points. That's the third time in his career he's done that against the Lakers, tying John Havlicek for the most by any Celtics player in franchise history, and that includes the playoffs. A reminder, this game, the 376th time that these two have traded jumpers.
Celtics and Lakers, atmosphere was incredible. Great regular season game. You know, it's what the fans want to see. Great players on both sides. A lot of fun. The history and tradition, all the legends that wore these uniforms, that competed in these battles. NBA is a better place when the Lakers and Celtics are good.
I mean, obviously it's, you know, the Celtic Lakers, and you're a part of that, and that's important. And, you know, I feel like there's moments that you give those guys chances to be able to be a part of that. And you know, they're, you know, Al played 37. Like everybody on this roster is, you know, playing for a legacy, and you do it together. And I felt like that was a great moment for them to be able to compete at a high level for as long as they wanted to.
He's my favorite. Sorry, Eves. Kendrick Perkins is here now. Look, Jason Tatum had an incredible game against the Lakers. The Celtics defense did exactly what they needed it to do. When you watched the game, though, what stood out to you?
Oh, the 2025 NBA champions are the Boston Celtics. And there's no disrespect to Oklahoma City, to the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Nuggets, the Lakers, but we just watched the best team in basketball get it done without one of their best players in Kristaps Porzingis. And they done it collectively, especially on the defensive side of things. They were trying to search, the Lakers were, out to get mismatches, whether it was Al Horford, Sam Hauser, and those guys were sliding those puppies. Jaylen Brown set the tone early, picking Luka up 94 feet, was on his ass like back pockets. And then all of a sudden, you saw that lead increase, and they were able to get out in transition. And then Jason Tatum, a young superstar that we don't talk about enough, go out there and he's flirting with a 40-point triple-double. And it wasn't just the 40 points for me. It was him hitting the glass, him having the 8 assists, making guys around him better, blocking Luka's shot, setting the tone, playing with that tenacity. And I'm sitting up here saying to myself, I'm like, I don't see a single team in the NBA that's going to beat a fully loaded, healthy Celtics squad in a 7-game series. I just don't.
Because that's the thing. They weren't fully healthy in this game. They didn't have everyone that they needed in this game. Speaking of health, there were a few times when Luka appeared to be dealing with some discomfort. We'll call it that, discomfort. And all of that sort of like looms a little extra large now in terms of what Dave McMenamin is reporting with his groin injury for LeBron James. It's not a matter of days. This could be a matter of weeks that LeBron misses. What does all of that now do to the Lakers?
It does a lot. It does a lot because, look, one could argue that LeBron James, you know, have been in competition with Nikola Jokic as far as being the best player in the NBA. That's how valuable he's been to the Los Angeles Lakers on both ends of the floor. Now that he goes out, you have to lean more on the Luka Doncic, right, and role players. Can Austin Reeves elevate his game in big moments, you know, to take up some of the slack? When is Rui Hachimura going to be back? And then you look at a tough Western Conference where every game matters now because you may drop in the seeding. And here's another thing, Nicole. In order to win a championship, yes, you need the talent. Yes, you need the coach. But you also need luck. And the reason that I say luck is because you want to be healthy. You want to be healthy. Health is a very important part. And this timing right now that LeBron James is going out is just not looking good for the Los Angeles Lakers.
That is a shame considering how they have looked the last couple of weeks, especially since they brought Luka on board. Mr. Perkins, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Point defense in the league has come nowhere close to that. 34, 34, 33 and change. This is 31%. The math is going to kick in here in the near future. And when it does, and we're going to see it Saturday night against the Celtics when the Celtics hit their threes and cover the 6.5, the Lakers are going to start losing a few games. And then we're going to wonder whether or not, A, the team can gel the way it needs to gel by the time it gets to the playoffs so they can win 4 in 7, 3 times in a row to win the West. Yeah. Or if it's going to take a little bit more time. JJ Redick, we've never seen him as a coach in the playoffs. On top of that, you're going to have a very seasoned group of individuals you're going to have to face on your way there. I'll leave it at that for right now because I know McNutt is just champing at the bit to get involved here. But I'd say Lakers downfall before I'd say they win the Western Conference.
I wish this question stopped a little short of Western Conference victory. I do think this is a team that's capable of getting to the finals. Formball, I love the numbers that you laid out, but I think being in the arena last night, having the chance to listen to these guys discuss what they're doing, how they're doing it, and the force that is LeBron James combined with Luka Doncic, I think I got to go the other way on this one. And I will admit, I am one that is hugely skeptical of this defense. But I don't know that it is as simple as just hit your threes versus the Lakers. I think that there is more room for them to figure out how to defend. I think some of the guys they have on their wings in particular are some of the better defenders in the league. And I think that they are building a culture of accountability that to me is going to allow them to play physical and push through. Now, I don't actually know that I believe they're coming out of the West, but even if they drop, like the next 3 games or 4 games, I believe, they're going to see that they're going to be on the road. They go to Boston, we know. They go to the Bucks. They got to go to Brooklyn in there. They got to go back to Denver, I believe. So they've got some tests coming up. But even if they drop those games, I think these offer runway to prepare for what you're going to see in the postseason. And so I just think they've got really, really brilliant basketball minds happening on that coaching staff, and of course behind Doncic and James, and the accountability that they're playing with.
I don't see a Lakers downfall coming unless you're talking about them running into Oklahoma City prematurely. I don't see that happening. I've gotten to a point where I don't believe there's anybody in the West who can take the Lakers but OKC. That's where I'm at with it. Right now, I'd give Golden State a chance as well because they're climbing the charts, and the babyface assassin is who he is.